Be sure to subscribe to Solutionaries to see all our latest videos right here on YouTube.
Voting. It's one of the most American things we do every 2 years. The peaceful transfer of power, democracy in action, the voices of the people heard in the solemn rite of civic duty.
At no time before have voters faced a clearer choice.
The right to vote and to have that vote counted is democracy's threshold liberty.
Yeah, but we know what we're really here for. These little guys. Hey. Ooh. This is what we came for. Justin, you want to? Yeah. They're coveted. They're colorful. They come in all shapes and sizes and quality, and they're definitely a flex in an election selfie. They've been around for decades, but why did we start using these little stickers, and where do they come from? Those little stickers actually have their roots in the 1800s, when voting wasn't a secret and cities and towns threw huge parties to get people to turn out. Eligible men would grow election beards or mustaches just to show off they were old enough to vote.
It's your civic duty.
One historian told Time magazine it was the state fair, the 4th of July, and Christmas Day all wrapped into one.
The rule was you had to be a man of ordinary courage to vote, and that meant shouldering through crowds of raucous, drunken other voters who often came, early to and often the night before to stake out their claim.
That's Donald Green, a political science professor at Columbia University. In 2016, he did a study looking at how reviving that same kind of festival atmosphere could make turnout higher.
You would vote in public. You would typically vote with a colored ballot that will indicate the party of your choice. And you had to set it on the public ballot box to the boos and cheers of the people around you and then stick it in. And, up until to that point, you were being plied with whiskey from, one or both parties.
Yeah, that's right. The I voted sticker of the 19th century was whiskey.
The amount of booze that was consumed on Election Day was truly fabulous. And in New York City, for example, apparently 90% of the voting locations were in saloons in the 1860s, which is part of the reason why it was difficult for Victorian-era women to get the vote, because it was associated with drinking.
But as the 1900s came and reformers of both the temperance movement and the progressives like President Teddy Roosevelt wanted to shift away from party machines and more towards elections about the issues, it had the side effect of turning elections into much more solemn days.
By the 1920s, everyone, the Boy Scouts, civic leaders, everybody is bemoaning the fact that turnout has fallen from roughly 80% to under 50%.
And things stayed pretty much the same until the 1980s, when we first see those little red and blue stickers. The first mention of one is in the Miami Herald in 1982. A few years later, the Phoenix Realtors Association started giving them out in Maricopa County. Then, in 1987, the election supply company Intab claims they started selling their iconic stickers, the ones with the waving American flag on them. But do they really work? Does getting a sorta sticky piece of paper actually make people want to vote?
My sense is that they, in some sense, reward people who are already highly motivated to vote. And the hope is that as those people swagger around with their I voted sticker, other people will be similarly motivated. So in some sense, it all depends on whether they're walking around with their stickers proudly displayed. If it's a cold November and the sticker's on the sweater, but the overcoat is over the sweater, it's a zero.
Or is the answer to making elections fun again?
You could have a festival on a weekend, you could have a concert, you could have a whatever. And the idea of bringing back brass bands, marching bands, school performances, that was sort of a thing.
But for now, these are, well, what we're stuck with.
Solutionaries needs you to be part of the conversation. Your comments below will help us tackle new topics and track down solutions. And don't forget to subscribe.